What's up with y'all? How y'all doing, man? I'm out here on this beautiful day in the courtyard with the condos, but to answer people's question, we got a room in there, and that's my wife's sister, and they're both from New York, so right, there's multiple places where we live. So I mean, yeah, but like, you know, her dude cool, we get along. He Haitian, we get along, and it's just a beautiful situation. It's like, you know, my wife be complaining about not being able to go out there and sit down. I be like, girl, every time I look at this shit, I be wanting to cry. Like, yo, this shit is fucking beautiful. Right next to the water, like you can just pull your boat, go fishing, come back, go right there. Like, I'm from concrete, crackheads, and pit bulls. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's kind of. I pray God never take that away from me. I pray God never take the awe away. Like, I've been in Jersey for like 4 years, so, you know, it's not like it's new, but like I had to come outside because it's like, this is a new episode. I'm in a new series. It's called Confessions. And I used to do late night confessions, but I stopped that shit because like I used to watch it and be like, you really said that, dude? Yeah, so I was getting too loose. So I stopped that, but every once in a while, they're gonna call you crazy too. You know, MTV, nice looking. You know, they're gonna call you crazy. Every once in a while, you need to talk to yourself. I have a beautiful wife, and I say wife, and I know it's people in my family like, you got married, nigga, ain't talking. It's my fiance, man. You know, we're in the process of trying to figure out, because we both did it before, so we're trying to figure out what's the best. Should we get married and then just have a reception, or should we do both of them, or should we just do the big shit or the small? Like, it's really a lot of details you got to work out during this pandemic. Like, because it's like, if you buy 100 plates or 200 plates and only 50 people show up because of the pandemic, you asked out. You didn't get no refund. They didn't cook that food. So it's like, you know, people, RVSP, do they really mean it? Something will come up. Like, so. But what I got to talk about more importantly is, see, because what I do is I go back and I watch my own show, and the strangest thing happens because, like, it seems like I've recorded this shit in the past for something that happened in the future, and it almost seems like I be talking to myself. It's really fucking spooky, by the way. Okay? Yeah, I done turned to a cold coward, and I'm gonna talk about that. Because my nerdism is way beyond my person. Because of my knowledge, I have very little wisdom, but my knowledge is immaculate. I am way below the bar of a person. Now, I be around people every day that just get up and just do whatever the fuck they want to do. They can go anywhere they want, do anything they want, right? I'm not far away from there, but I ain't there to be talking no shit like I'm super up. No, I'm just extremely comfortable to be a black man. Well, partially black man. But even my dad's mother, my real sperm donor's mother, even her race is just a black version of something else. So I identify with black. I'm sorry. People could say that I can't do that. People say whatever they want to say. I don't give a fuck. I had people say, hey man, why don't you just be a preacher or imam? Like, you know I've never seen nobody switch back and forth from the Bible to Quran without having one in front of them. You can just keep doing that. And don't nobody really understand how petrified I am of that idea. I'm only doing, let me tell y'all a secret. This is why it's confessions. I'm only doing, and an older woman, I don't know her, but she came in my DM and she wasn't disrespectful or nothing. I'm telling my wife that because she a little crazy, but she wasn't disrespectful or nothing. She just came in my DM and she said, if you take the cuss words out of your stuff, you actually giving a sermon. I was like, yeah, I ain't get the fuck. Then I actually listened to it. I'm like, yeah, you were, yeah. But I'm petrified of that. I'm a dude who, I'm from North Philly. I be on my pretty boy joint or whatever, but I'm really a goon. And like I'm really a goon. But like I changed that part of my life, so it's like this new phase that I'm in. Like I don't even know how to handle fear. And that shit overwhelms me and it like makes me have anxiety because like I wasn't afraid of nothing. Like fuck, if I die, I die. Like what I'm gonna do? Like I can't control the shit, nothing. It's like now, you know, after the first time I almost died, it was fucked up, but it wasn't like the second time. The second time when I actually physically felt something happen afterwards, like in my opinion, I went to hell. Once that happened, it's like fear was introduced to me, and then I stopped drinking vodka. I ain't talking about wine and that bullshit. I'm talking about vodka. And I didn't care. Like, really. I was definitely done with relationships. And you know, depression creeps up in these little nicks and crannies. And it creeps up just like water. And if you got a hole, if it's a slow leak, whatever, depression creep right up in them little cracks, right? And one day I was like, I just rather be by myself. Because like I ain't got to put nobody through this shit and I ain't got to go through it with nobody. I ain't got to answer nobody. Fuck it. And then I met Yog and she like changed me because I was really done. I was done with relationships. I had a real long one. That shit ended traumatically fast. Like in one day, and it was my fucking birthday. One day that shit was over. Wow. Then I got into 2 more relationships after that, and they was like really intense, really strong, and then it was over really fast. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just no good at this shit. I'm gonna get me $100 and go to a strip club, and get me $100 bill, fold it in my pocket, you know, spend that 100 worth of ones, and then I'm gonna hit it with the question like, how much do it cost? But I'm at yoga and I'm petrified of that. Like I'm petrified about a woman leaving or making sure that I do certain shit. And it's like, I never cared about that. Like you can leave if you want to. Please do. Please. I'm definitely ain't begging you to stay with me. You got me fucked up. I'm not begging you to stay with me. But it ain't about that. It's just about, I just don't want to do it by myself. But like this fear shit, I'm not used to it. And y'all think that I want to be a fucking preacher or an E-man? The devil be attacking my ass every day almost. And I'm not even a preacher or an E-man. He be on my ass, man. It seemed like when I stopped drinking, every bad thing health-wise that can happen to me, not Stackfield law, not everything, but yeah, you know what I mean? It's just some shit I wasn't dealing with before. My expectations had me thinking that shit was just going to be totally, and it's not, man. It's not. It's not, man. I'm happy. Look, I mean, I'm in a beautiful situation, but it's like, It's like, this is some shit that can get took from me at any given fucking time. And it's like the spookiness of that. Like, yo, I did not work this hard to get where I'm at right now for that shit to be taken from me. Like, what would that do to me if that shit got taken from me? And you're like, you got to start over again. Like, my Uncle Howard was one of my grandmom's, because he's my aunt's ex-husband, but he basically raised us. You know, I seen what he went through. People not being appreciative of all the shit. He had like a cheesesteak store. He had a whole bunch of shit, and he just like stopped everything and just started preaching. And it's like amazing how nobody really understood how much shit he gave up. You know what I mean? And then it's like, you're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it. People come, people don't come. You got your core people, but it's a lot. I seen my Uncle Rico get his life together and preach and never turn back. Died cancer. Like, these are all things that I'm thinking about I never thought about before. And it's like, every once in a while you need to talk to yourself. Like, I have no answer, man. Why people think I done already switched sides. Now y'all want me to put myself on the devil's hit list. Now you want me to see, nigga, he didn't switch all the way over. He done went from being a criminal to a cop. That's how the devil feel when you get your life together and you give your life to God. That's how you feel. Like, nigga, you was a whole criminal with me this whole time, and now you a cop. Like, so, yeah. And that's how I feel sometimes, man. Like always, it's your boy Decopbo, man. I just need to get some air, man. Just get this shit out of my chest, man. And I didn't want my wife to worry. Because, like, it's really hard to explain. It's your boy Decopbo, Decopbo 1.